Hello everyone, welcome to yet another session on the heartstrings, and today we are going to be again drawing a tile using the heartstring. So I am drawing my string first with my pencil as I have done in all the previous sessions. Going to pen it using my gray tile and my micron pen. Going to draw some S shapes just like we do for drawings, the tangle pattern drawings, and then from the back of the S I'm going to add these feather like strokes so it looks like the tangle drawings. And I'm going to also, if you're not comfortable drawing it straight with your pen, going to curl it up a little here also, as if the drawings is kind of covering a part of my heart shape also, like this. Yeah, so drawings is a tangle where you have option, you can either connect these lines to the center or you can leave them as such. It is entirely your choice. So I'm kind of connecting these feathers, the edges with veins to the heart, like this, and going to do the same here also. That's a choice. As I mentioned, you may or may not do that. Add a little weight at these places, a little extra ink, small little things that you can do to add to the look. Same here, they kind of look like stuck around, glued with each other. You can also add another layer of aura. Yes. And same here. Yes. Now I'm going to switch to my brown pen, but it's again a choice. You can go on with your black pen. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to be switching to my brown micron, and just for the sake of reference, drawing an S inside so that I can draw my senna. Yes. So the S stroke has been drawn with the pencil, and now I'm starting with a nice curl there and drawing my senna. So I'm using micron brown 01. You can also use your black, or you can use your burgundy pen. All is well. All is good. Yeah, so whatever you have readily available, please go with that. So senna is again a purely aura based tangle. Lines, pure line work. So it's practically not possible to replicate it as such. So please draw it the way you wish to. Just make sure you have lots and lots of lines and auras and some nice curls wherever possible. Yes, so I'm going to add a nice curl here, adding a slight weight at the end of the line. Lines can be closely spaced, they can be far apart, Not very far, but yes, you can always space them out. That's perfectly fine. I like them close. So that's lots and lots of lines. Just go with the flow. A little weight as I begin the line. Helps me add that extra magic. The S kind of gets uplifted. There is a depth. Yes, and then I'm going to continue like this. Not adding weight here because it's somewhere behind. Yes, and then inside these feathers or wings, whatever you want to call, you can add nice orbs to alternate wings, again using my brown, but you can do that exercise with your black also. So I'm squeezing in orbs, not drawing complete orbs, kind of drawing behind there. The second one, fill in the small little intersectices. Yes, so I'm going to do the same for all these three wings or wing-like things. Yes, so doing the same in this part of the drawings also. Yes, the in-between space you can either leave it as such or you can add dots, probably big to small puffs as we call them, small orbs. Diminishing in size. Or you can add any other tangle, or you can leave it as such. Entirely your choice. Yes. So I've again switched pens to black, and now I'm going to add another aura. Probably add a couple of auras with some diva dance around the heart, probably one or two of them. So going to add some bit of weights here and there. You can also add some fescues if you want. And then I'm going to add the second layer of aura. Probably add one or two more inked spaces. Yes, I think that's sufficient. Now the rest of the tile, it is entirely up to us. Your choice, what tangles do you want to add. So I'm just going to be drawing simple lines first, something like these. Yes. Something like hollowbog but straight, not random. Yes, and then I'm going to draw lines, a curve, 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 like this. And these lines are going to be double lines. The tangle is called Romanancy. Somewhere hidden behind there. Yes, so slowly take your time. Not much visible here. Again, some bit visible here. Continue in the same fashion. Again, an architecture inspired tangle, if you talk about tangle genesis. Yeah, I think we are done. Yes, now the in between spaces, you can add any tangle or you can add cofering, whatever you feel like. Let's add a little bit of cofering, or you can simply add an additional aura and add any fragment of your choice. I'm going to be adding cofering first. Going to each, adding 4 dots at 4 corners, connecting them. An enhancement. Yes. Take your time. Slowly do it for all the sections. Yes. Now I've done that exercise for all the coffered look. Yes. Now inside these panes or windows, you can add anything of your choice. Let us first probably go with simple tangle like printums, or you can add any tangle of your choice. Printums being my go-to tangles. I just find an opportunity to place it somewhere. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and add these nice and beautiful. I'm switching pens between brown and black. It's not necessary. You can go on with your micron black also. I am using my brown pen to add the printums. Inside the coffered panes. Yes, so you take your time, go to each, and add these beautiful printums inside each. Like this. Yeah. So I'm done adding my printums also. Now is the time for shading. Now this part of the lines of this tangle called Romanancy, you can always add some, some other tangle to distinguish it, but we shall see. If we want to do that, we can do it later also. Let's first start to shade. So shading our heart, adding graphite on the inside. Keep it to the edges. Yes. And here, since it is covering part of my heart, a slight touch here under the orbs. Blend with a soft hand. Don't blend too much. You also want the white sections inside. So don't make the entire heart go gray. Yes. So blend as much as is required and keep the whites intact. Like this. A slight touch under the orbs. Going to do the same around these wings, wing-like things of my tangled drawings. Looks like the heart angel. Yes. So first going to highlight the drawings. Slowly take your time. Blend the graphite all around. And then just a touch under the orbs. If you want to shade the orbs individually like pearls, you can do that also. For me it's a little difficult because they are small, so I prefer shading like this. Not too much graphite, just a bit. Keeping it to the ends and not covering the entire thing. Yes. And then we move on to our next angle. Now there are a couple of ways in which you can shade this tangle. I like this way. So I am ignoring the covering and I am adding shadow on one side of these pillars like this. Yes. So blend the graphite, bring it to about half. Keep the initial part of the shadow a little darker and pull it outwards like this. Yes. So it gives shading like this, gives a nice 3D effect to this tangle, since it does look like a architecture inspired Tangle. Take your time. Yes. And now the other part you can highlight. So let's move on to our chalk. Yes. So use your chalk to highlight the upper part of these orbs. Make sure your chalk is sharp enough. Chalks work very well as far as stone surfaces are concerned. Yes. You can add these white jelly roll inside these dots, so we shall do that later. Let's first work with our chalk, and then we can add some chalk here and some chalk here. Yes. So use a different blending stub and soften the chalk. Should not be cakey or patchy. Just a soft touch, even it out. And then, as I mentioned, the other half of these pillars you can add white. So I'm adding white on the other side. Like this. Yeah. Soften it. So it gives a nice high and low. Blend them. Blend the chalk nicely. Yes. Now I think we need to revisit some of the lines. So do that exercise. It's important. So after adding your chalk, make sure your lines are clear. If they are not, please go back and redo the lines wherever required. Slowly take your time. Be patient. As I mentioned, you can use your jelly roll inside these small orbs. You can add a little highlight with your jelly roll and they will kind of pop up like pearls. Yes. Small little things that you can do to add to the look. And then some more lines which you can redo. are these auras and these lines which have kind of gone hazy under the chalk. Just highlighting the main grid where we started with. Yes, add so much to the look. I'm going to add some fine lines here. Using my pen, you can use your micron 1. I'm going to do that exercise for all. Yes. So done that exercise throughout. Yes, added these fine lines. You want, you can add shadow under these also, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it as such and probably just add a little extra graphite here at the edges of the heart. You can also add a little touch here at the ends if you wish to. Just a little. And that's it. Yes. A small little exercise is to use your jelly roll, as I mentioned. For grey tiles, it works very well. Some dots on the printums, very tiny ones, but yes, they do add, since jelly rolls look wonderful when it comes to tanned or toned surface. Yes, small little things that you can do. And that's about it. I think we are done. Yes, so let's close our tile here. I'm going to put my chop nicely sitting in somewhere. Sign and date your tile. Yeah, 17th. Yes, so I shall see you again with 1 or 2 more sessions on the heartstring. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.